Tylan, how are you doing?
Great. How about you?
Doing great. So, yeah, second year, obviously UCF as a starter. There were some new faces though on that offensive line the other night. How would you evaluate that first game effort for you guys?
I feel like the effort was definitely there. We all went out and played hard. Overall, I just feel like we had to go out and execute better from week 1 to week 2.
What's the challenge this week? You go on the road to face a good Boise State team. What are you guys expecting when you get out there?
For one, we're going against a great team, and we're going to be in a great environment. So I know that the biggest thing we have to go out and do is look at what we can improve on from week 1, because we know we're going to face a tough opponent.
Tylan, how much of an opportunity is it? We've talked about gelling in the past about what this line's got to do and guys being plugged in and all that, but an opportunity to have a game 1 like this to kind of tune up to get that live action, how valuable is that to you guys to get that gelling in effect?
I feel like every time we step on the field, and of course it's different from being at practice because when it's a game, it's a whole different situation. But finally being able to go out and play a game with each other where it's just us on the field, I feel like that does a lot for us.
As you scouted Boise, what stands out to you?
I feel like their energy on the field, they're a hard team, they play physical, and they're all running to the ball.
Back to how the offensive line gels a little bit. You were obviously a newcomer last year. How did it feel betting in 3 new guys this year as you were a vet in the room?
Say the last part.
How did it feel betting in 3 new guys while you're a vet this year?
Same like you said, me coming in, just knowing that the 3 guys we got coming in are real dudes. I feel like they all bring something valuable to our offensive line and to our team. So just being out there, I knew that it would be a good situation.
Last week, you guys made it look like Coach Gus could have run through that offensive line. How did it feel to see that many players have success rushing the ball?
Whenever our players having success running the ball, it's always going to make us feel good. And just going back and being able to watch the game and seeing the areas that we can improve, it does make me feel better because it shows that how much better we could be.
Tylan, you talk about success running the football, but Coach has also been talking about balance. You guys achieved that to a pretty good state on Thursday. From you guys' perspective, is it easier on you guys to have more of a balanced offense? You get more time to rest comparatively on pass blocking, or would you prefer, running the ball more?
I just love being out there, and whatever Coach calls, I'm just ready to go out there and execute whatever it is. So I do feel like having a pass game, it does help with the run game and vice versa.
Gus mentioned executing. You need to be up, raising up another level. So when you look back at the game against Kent State, what are some individual areas between whether it's your own play or whether it's the unit's play that you think you can improve upon ahead of Boise?
I feel like just from an execution standpoint, we could all be better. And me being second-year player here and being a vet, I feel like I have to step my game up and also help lead the way, and that will make our O-line play improve.
Helen, have you grown up kind of watching, or at least recognizing the blue field at Boise State? Like, what do you think about that? What do you think it's going to be like to play on it? Do you think it's going to be different, or what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like, growing up, you always, watching college football, you always thought it was pretty interesting seeing a blue field. So I never would have thought I'd be going to go play it now, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's just football, and to me, it's a mindset thing. So once you got there, it's football, the ball going to be played.
You guys obviously had a significant talent edge over Kent State. How much more of a litmus test or a statement can you guys make against a really good Boise State team on their field?
I feel like we go out there and play the way that we know that we're capable of. It'll really get to show that where we are as a unit and as a whole team. And I really just set us up for the rest of the season as well.
Tylan, obviously, going back to the gelling and that being a process, a couple mistakes on Thursday took place. How comforting is it to have an insurance policy like John Rice Plumlee's legs to bail out if something does go wrong?
I love having 10 back there. Y'all see it the same way I see it. Sometimes some of the things he does, I'm like, wow. Like, I wish I could have done some of those things when I was a quarterback. But just seeing the plays that he's able to make out there on the field, it's just mind-blowing sometimes, man. The more that we can keep anybody off him and keep him fresh, it'll be better for our whole team.
Tylan, you got 5 talented running backs in the running backs room. What's it like blocking for those guys? And is it a different feel for each different player, or is it just the same? You guys just try to get out of the way and let them do their job?
Pretty much, we try to keep them as clean as possible and get them guys into the open field because we know that whenever we can get them through the line untouched, they do special things whenever they get the ball in their hands.
One of your teammates, Bula Schmidt, obviously made his debut. He also has played Boise State, coming from Fresno State. Has he talked to the guys about what it's like playing there, and also just generally on Bula, what kind of player is he?
He has told us he played there last year, and he said it's going to be a great environment. We're going to have to definitely bring our A game to go out there and play those guys. And I love having Bula on our team. I love playing beside him. He's an edgy guy. I feel like he's always going to go out there. The effort's always there, and he's a very competitive guy. So that's really going to bring out the rest of us.
Boise's coming off the loss. They have their home debut. Coach Malzahn just said that their back is against the wall. What does that mean to you when you look ahead to facing them?
I feel like we're going to get their best shot. They did lose this past week, but I feel like they're going to be ready to come out and play in front of their home crowd. They're going to be ready to get back home, and I feel like the game is going to be electric for them. Like they're going to be ready to play, so we have to match their energy.
How important is this game to UCF? Obviously, everyone kind of knew what was going to happen this past week, but this is the first real test before the Big 12 schedule, and maybe it will be similar in some respects to a lot of those Big 12 environments. How important is it for UCF to do well in a game like this?
For one, it's important just for our season. It'll be a big game for us just to go out and see where we are from week 1 to week 2, and just to see how that we can improve and really set us up for the rest of the season.
Coach called Washington's offense one of the best, if not the best, in college football. When you hear him say something about that, and after they just blew out your upcoming opponent, as a player, do you take pride in the fact that you want to create an even bigger lead and kind of dominate and prove you're one of the top as well?
I just feel like whenever we go out and play any team, you're never going to always get the same team that you always seen before. Like I said, their backs are going to be against the wall, and they're going to be ready to come out and fight. So we have to go out and do the same thing as well.
What do you kind of know about the Boise State defense? I know you haven't jumped totally into the game plan yet. Maybe you've heard a little bit. What have the coaches kind of told you? What kind of stands out?
Just watching them on film and hearing our coaches talk, they're a very hard-nosed team, and they're very disciplined.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Tyler.
Sure, thank y'all.